All right, we'll start with great home atmosphere. Great to see the green, and just it felt like on the walk here, the energy on campus. It felt like we were back to what a Notre Dame home football game feels like, and that energy kind of was felt by our players, and it's what you want, at Notre Dame, and what you look for in a home game environment. So thanks to all those that came out, and we're just part of a great atmosphere there today. So, I think it's important that we don't take this for granted. Many times you come to these games and you just think, well, that's the way it is. It's pretty special when you have the whole crowd into it. Fourth down, big plays. So it was fun for our guys, and they really enjoyed it. As for the game itself, I like the way our guys prepared this week. I think I mentioned that. Our level of preparation rose this week, and certainly our performance did. It wasn't flawless by any means, but we're playing a Big Ten opponent that has really good players, and a couple of guys that are going to play on Sundays that are outstanding players. And we did some really good things defensively. We did some really good things on offense. We developed, some players today with, the more snaps that they get a little bit grittier and start to figure things out. That's what happens when you're transitioning. Tosh Baker was thrown out there against one of the best pass rushers, and, obviously they had some good plays, but we had a lot of good plays as well. You've got Cam out there, and he's playing first time, and he gets a couple of calls that go against him, but he keeps battling and makes a big play at the end. So I just like the fact that we're growing, we're getting better, and we can come back now and look at the things that we obviously have to continue to improve on. So with that, I'll let you guys fire away.
Pete Byrne, you're up first.
And gals.
Hey, Brian, right in the middle here. You talked about the need to eliminate big plays on defense. You clearly did that today. How much does that impact what you guys are able to do?
Yeah, quite a bit, right? You saw the structure of our defense today. We added some things in there that, I think will be, part of what we do. And I thought we executed better. I thought we tackled better, not great, but better. We still have to continue to leverage the ball a little bit better, but this was an improvement. And, there were going to be some growing pains, and there were, but we did it through some wins. And, we've got an ACC win. We've got a win against a really good MAC team, and we got a Big Ten win as we continue to grow and develop.
You guys hit the big plays on offense today.
We did, and we missed him, obviously, as well, right? I thought Avery Davis was outstanding. And I will add that as a captain, he led by example during the week. His standard of preparation was what everybody else needs to model after. I said that in the locker room tonight. And his performance showed that. So we got to get others to model that as well.
I know you've been asked this a lot. You've talked about it recently, but now that you've hit the 105 win milestone, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of things to be in place for that to happen, right? Father John's been with me on this journey. Jack's been on this journey. Consistency, leadership, alignment, all those things have to come together to get this point. You can't look. We're going to play our rival, and they've had a number of different head coaches at their university, and I'm talking about our rival on the West Coast. And this is not to smear them at all. I'm just saying it requires consistency to get to these marks, and we have it with our leadership. We have it with our athletic director, and we've had it in the coaching because we have, alignment. And because of that, that's helped a lot in being consistent in winning football games.
Tim Priester is next.
Brian, you didn't give up any points the last 22 minutes after giving up some third down conversions. I think you're held them 1 for 11.
Yeah, I think that's
after
what
that.
Katie said, yeah.
So how much of an emphasis was placed on the fourth quarter, which has struggled defensively?
Tim, it wasn't necessarily the fourth quarter. It was more about we wanted to get guys in the game to keep them fresh. We felt like the play load was too high. You saw Brown in there a lot. You saw, Ramon in there a lot. You saw Tariq in there a lot. We were rotating guys in because we felt the player load was too heavy on guys, and we were making some mental mistakes in the fourth quarter. So I think that rotation helped us a lot. And we spent a lot of time on our third down packages and, getting off the field.
How confident are you with the backups that you put out there defensively? Is that still? I mean, I know you want to play more players, but is that still a concern with the deeper you go into that depth chart?
Well, I think everybody has the same thing, Tim. Like we're playing guys with less experience, but we got to put them in these games to get experience. And so, the waters get choppy a little bit, but look, they're not going to be better if you just keep them on the sideline and just go, oh, we'll just get what they have to play. And, we had a situation which was a great teaching, situation with a couple of guys that they got better because we were able to teach because they were on the field. So I'm not going to play scared. I mean, look, I want to win every game we play, but we got to get these guys ready because I really think we've got really good young players, and in time, it's going to be a really competitive football team, but they got to play.
How close do you feel you are offensively? Did you make progress in any areas today?
Sure. I mean, I think. Look, I mean, the inability to catch a couple of balls here and there is something that is wholly correctable, right? If we felt like we were deficit in our ability to find a running game or get guys open, then I'd probably be here going, this is going to be a rough one, guys. I feel pretty good. We just have to be executing at a little bit better level, and we got great teaching opportunities now this week.
Pete Sampson is next.
Brian down in front. A game where I think Mayer 1 catch, 5 yards. Kevin Austin targeted but no catches. Like the fact that you were able to produce offensively, do you get like some good teaching material out of that for other guys like Avery and even Braden with the drop, but still you're trying to push it to him?
Yeah, I think. I mean, look, we were able to get to the backs. I think the good thing is we have diversity on the offense relative to the way it's set up, that if you're trying to take Mike away, we can get the ball to other players, and I thought we did. I thought Tommy did a great job of finding ways. They brought a lot of pressure. They really forced our hand early when we were doubling George. They brought the inside backers, so it was a chess match, and I thought Tommy did a great job of figuring it out and finding where we could get some matchups. So, yeah, there's enough guys to go around that we can still be a really good offense if you take a Mike Mayer away.
What was your approach with Jack Cohn and Tyler Buckner today? Who to play when and why? And ultimately, like what were you looking for in terms of when you maybe wanted to try something new with Tyler?
Yeah, it was similar to what we did the first game, Pete. We got backed up again, and, he got us out of a bit of a hole. And so he's kind of been that guy that we've kind of leaned on when we're backed up, and maybe he gives us a boost, if you will. And then he had a tight hamstring and couldn't go again. That's why you didn't see him again. So we wanted to be cautious with him. We don't think it's anything major, but we weren't going to put him out there, and especially with a guy that's going to run. If he doesn't feel great, we're not going to go out there and pull it and be out for 2-3 weeks.
We ask you about identity offensively all the time. Like Kyron's touchdown run, like can that be a big chunk of that? Just, kind of from an attitude standpoint.
Yeah, you saw it. We had Joe Alt out there, number 35. We're trying to really hone in on what we can do as we've been, banged up a little bit on the offensive line and really carve out an identity. And it's been shot passes. When we get those shot passes, we gotta convert. And then, look, running the football is about, when they know you're going to run it, you've got to be able to come up big, and we did that today.
Tyler James is next.
Brian, what can you say about the way Kyle Hamilton performed today, and sort of how important was it to be able to match him up on David Bell at times?
Well, there's only one guy that can make the plays that he did today. I mean, you guys watch it. That's that fourth down play. How good was that? That was pretty good, wasn't it? I thought it was too, and I was standing right there. I'd pay to watch him play. He just missed another one late. He's a really good player, if you guys didn't know that. I know you do. I say that, he does some things that surprise me at times. His awareness, his tackling, and he had a really good week too. He's another guy that, as a captain has stepped up his preparation, and it showed today.
It seemed like you guys did some more max protection and with fewer routes on some plays today. What do you think you guys were able to get out of that?
Look, if we didn't do some of the things, George was going to wreck the day. I mean, he was going to wreck the day. That guy's good. He's really good. And I was not going to let him wreck the day for us. So we had to do some things that, from an offense, it's not a beauty show. For me, there's no pictures. We just want to find a way to score enough points. And today was one of those when you have an elite pass rusher like that.
And then lastly, Cam Hart, do you know what he was banged up with at the
Yeah,
end?
he landed on his hip. So, likely being examined for a hip pointer would be my rookie kind of medical observation there.
John Bryce is next.
Oh, wow. Oh, must have been bad.
You spoke earlier about, look, we're going to play to win. How much of that factored into your decision-making earlier when you went for it a couple of times on fourth down early? How do you evaluate those situations? What kind of message do you hope to the team?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and so just to give you a sense of it, we have I believe in using analytics, but I'll trump them if I don't feel like the game's going the right way. There were a couple of occasions where analytics said to go, and I decided to punt, and we downed one inside the one. Still have to, it's art and science, and so I rely on it, but I'm not married to it. I still think you got to get a feel and a flow for the game. So we use the analytics, but I think there were a couple of times today where I decided that it would be best to do something different.
And how much you've spoken at length about the depth of leadership of your team this year. So how much does that factor into it? The maturity, the depth of leadership, the toughness of your team when you make one of those goals?
Well, we're still evolving as leaders, right? They definitely know our standards and what to do and how to do it. They need to articulate it a little bit better, and they're getting better at it. And that's my work, That's what I do every day, and I meet with our captains. I spend time with them. Some guys are better at it than others. They all want to be great at it. So we're evolving there. We're getting better at it. I love them all. Each one of them has their own strengths and weaknesses and traits that allow them to be leaders, but some are better at, I'd say, letting the others that are falling below that line know about it.
And we'll finish with Eric Hansen.
Of course.
Coach, what do you feel like you got out of Tosh Baker today, and what do you think the potential long-term this season is for your offensive line?
I thought Tosh battled his butt off. So, at the end of the day, he had a couple of, procedure penalties. But, when you look in a kid's eye, and you're on the sideline or you're at a timeout, and he's got a look that he's just loving it. Like, I love being out here competing. I just love the fact that he got in there and battled and has some has some experience now that we can count on. We just added some great depth to our football team. You know, look, I mean, our offensive line continues to grow and develop each and every week. You know, I mean, you've got a third tackle with his first start. You've got, you know, a left guard that was trained as a center that is learning every day. You know, you're good at center. And I think, you know, the right guard, Kane's doing a good job. And I think Lugg is playing his best football. So I'd say all in all, they're playing pretty good.
And last one from me. With your defense, the performance today, could you kind of see it coming during the week? And also with Jordan, I know he played special teams.
Yeah, he just wasn't physically. When you're off for that period of time, some guys respond better than others, and he just did not have any legs. So Mike wanted to keep him on special teams, and he was an emergency use guy for us. We hope that we're pretty sure he'll be in a better spot for us next week. But as far as did we see it coming, we were. There were lots of conversations about, you know, what do we need to do defensively to add to our portfolio relative to looks and things of that nature. And I think we hit on some things that we really like that fit our guys and that they can execute at a high level. And so that's what you saw today.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Good? All right. Thank you.